Years ago, I remember looking at pictures of the Colorado River, and I can tell you it didn't look nothing like this. And it sure was a lot more water than what I'm looking at right now. Wow. I thought Lake Mead looked bad. The Colorado River it looks equally as bad. Boy, it sure is drying up out west, isn't it? But I hope my subscribers that are in the states around this river are doing okay because the western states are hit with more cuts to Colorado River water. And it just seems like this mega drought is just getting worse by the minute. For the second year in a row, Arizona and Nevada will face cuts in the amount of water they can draw from the Colorado River. As the West endures more drought, federal officials announced Tuesday. So there's going to be restrictions. Now, I did a story, probably it was still winter, and there were several states around there that were facing water restrictions. So, though the cuts will not result in any immediate new restrictions like banning lawn watering or car washing, they signal that unpopular decisions about how to reduce consumption are on the horizon, including whether to prioritize growing cities and agriculture areas. Mexico will also face cuts. Yeah. You never realize, yeah, Mexico would, it's over there on the west. So, yeah, they would get water from the Colorado River as well. But those restrictions present just a fraction of the potential pain to come for 40 million Americans in 7 states that rely on the river because the states failed to meet a federal deadline to figure out how to cut the water use by at least 15%. So they will see deeper cuts that the government has said are needed to prevent reservoirs from running so low that they can't be pumped. Yeah, I saw how dry it is. You got, the fires and the triple digit temperatures, which is really still going on in the country. In fact, I think tomorrow we are 90 and Friday we're 92. I'm in the Northeast. So, for us, that's a heat wave. It may not be a heat wave to some of you in other states. So, the states collectively have not identified and adopted specific actions for, for cutting back their water usage. So, together, the missed deadline and the latest cuts put officials responsible for providing water to cities and farms under renewed pressure for a plan for a hotter, drier future and a growing population. So, Talton has said that 15 to 30% reduction is necessary to ensure the water deliveries. Yeah, so what they're trying to do is cut back so that there is no disruption in the water usage because it could come down to that real easy, especially if the drought continues to get worse. And y'all, I found out this morning when I got up, they found a fifth body in Lake Mead. Now that they are expecting to find a lot more bodies, but they found a fifth body. So I'm not surprised, but just imagine the people that committed these murders, dumped the bodies, and they've been free all this time. And it's no telling how far back the murder happened. Could have been in the 70s or even the 80s or even further back. So, ladies and gentlemen, it don't look good as far as this drought. But let me tell you something. My state is under a drought. and it looks very dry. And if you came through here now, you would see a lot of dry looking lawns and everything because of the ongoing heat waves that we had all through July. And we hit some pretty high temperatures up in the 90s. And it went on for days, and it seems like ongoing forever, but we have gotten some relief recently. All right. So, Stephen Lewis, governor of Gala River Indian community in central Arizona, said the tribe was shocked and disappointed by the lack of progress. The tribe, which is entitled to nearly one fourth of Arizona's Colorado River deliveries, no longer plans to save its unused water in Lake Mead as it has in recent years, and instead plans to store it underground. For years, cities and farms have diverted more water from the river that flows through it, depleting its reservoirs and raising questions about how it will be divided as water becomes more scarce. So, after more than 2 decades of drought, Arizona, Nevada, and Mexico were hit with mandatory cuts for the first time last year. Some of the region farmers have been paid to leave their fields fallow. So, in other words, don't farm the fields, just let them sit there and dry. Residents of growing cities have been subjected to conservation measures, such as limits on grass and lawns, watering your lawn. Yeah. I mean, that usually happens. So, officials in Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming have been reluctant to propose more draconian water rationing measures or limits on development. So, under Tuesday's restriction, Arizona will lose an additional 80,000 acres of water, 21% less than the total share, but only 3% less than what is received this year. So, I mean, look, they were one of many. This is going to come up every year, y'all. This is something that is not going away. And I did a video a few months ago, and they said this mega drought is going to stretch more and more east. And it really is. So it's not going to be just limited to the West Coast. Eventually, the East Coast is going to be seeing the effects of the mega drought. So it's moving more and more east each and every year. So it will be a game changer if it reaches us here. We're already looking at much drier conditions than normal. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.